1949 in Turkey. Everybody knows where Turkey is?
Yes.
And it belonged to a Turkish admiral by the name of Reis. And when they discovered it, there was a lot of interest in it because what it showed, and let me introduce you, this is the West Africa here. And those of you who are in, this is right here on the map here we have. That's that part there. All right? What you see over here, going here, you can't make nothing of it. This is the the east coast of South America, all the way to part of North America. But I'm going to explain to you why does it look like this. If I do a workshop on this, then we will talk about different ways that the map is made. You have what is called a plane projection, as you have here, because the earth is round. Then if you cut the earth and you open it up, then you make a flat look of the map. But if you want to look at it from a circular type of projection, I'm going to come back to this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And what is called the equidistant look of the world. All right. You see here? This is the world right here. And being looked at imposed on an equidistant projection. Equidistant projection means that you take one spot and then you kind of open the world. All right? Now looking at ancient Egypt as a center, you see that sea? Okay. If you go deep inside the earth to the other end and open up the world, what happened is this is Africa, this is South America here. You see that?
Yes.
This is South America, Central America. Now look how the United States looks now. This will be like Florida right there. The Caribbean becomes here now. The United States now is like a ball. North Africa. You see that? This is Europe right here. Can you all see what I'm showing?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I know, listen, I know that this is geography, and maybe, the schools, they don't spend a lot of time on geography. So I understand that.
Teach, brother, teach.
But this is the Americas. On the equidistant projection, this is Africa. America now kind of belts up around Africa. All of a sudden, Canada and Alaska there, you see where it is?
Right.
It's right north of Africa. Even though if you look at this map, you got to go what? West to go to the United States and Canada. But actually, if you are, the way we travel, when you open the earth, is that this is curled up above Africa, as you see here. Right. So in other words, the ancestors who did this map, by the way, this is the pre-Kemetic map that I just showed you. When you look at the world, they had a better view of the world than what we have today. They knew how to map the world realistically better, and we didn't find out about this until in the 19th and 20th century.
Oh, thank God I'm here.
So that's why you see now, America, all the way to Canada is right there. This is the pre-Kemetic map. Europe is, you see, this is the Mediterranean here, right?
Right.
That's Europe. That's Asia. Now look here, what is this? That's Australia. Look where Australia is now. And this when you take the world, and so the question was, how did these people know about equidistant projection, opening up the earth and being able to map it so that it looks the way it is supposed to look.
Come on.
Now, this is the map of the world of today, using the same projection that these ancestors did thousands of years ago. This is Africa. You see where South America is? And indeed, look where North America is back there. So in other words, today if we use the same technique as they use, we get the same thing. This is Africa, this is Europe, this is Africa, that's Europe, and this is Greenland up there, and of course Greenland is also up there. And then look where Canada is, way out there. So, in other words, this, by the way, Hapgood, they did this after they studied this map. After they studied this, when they discovered this, right, they said, wait a minute. By the way, in 1929, when they saw this, and then they studied it, they said, no, no, this can't be true. But they forgot about it. They forgot about it until about 1956. 1929 they found it. European scientists in Europe look at it and say, no, 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 this can't be true. They put it away. In 1956, the ambassador from Turkey came to the United States, went to Washington, and gave this as a gift to the United States military. And they got it, they looked at it, and one of the guys who liked the study of ancient maps saw it and took it home to study it and gave it to Hapgood, Charles Hapgood. Charles Hapgood teaches the history of science. And then so when he saw this, he gave it to this man to look at it, because this man was one of those guys who was an ancient maps buff. He collects them. So when he looked at it, he said, well, this looks like a map that was done based on a sophisticated understanding of spherical trigonometry. Spherical trigonometry is a trigonometry of the circle. A sphere means a circle, right? Because the earth is a sphere. So spherical trigonometry is studying the angles that you can cut a circle, then draw angles and triangles, and then study the different angles of it. Spherical trigonometry. So when he says that, that's number one. And number two, that people who did this math had a very accurate understanding of latitudes. Latitudes mean the lines that go across the earth like this. Right. Latitude. And longitude means going north-south. So when he made that comment, where people say it's impossible. Because latitudes and longitudes, even the Greeks did not know it. Even the Arabs, travelers, did not know it. So how is it possible? Well, he had his science class do a study of this map that lasted 7 years. The study lasted for 7 years. And as he started their study, they began to look at what ancient maps they could find that will give them a clue to who and where this map comes from and who drew these maps. As they began to search, they began to discover similar maps. By the way, Pereiris, who